story. You'll see several pictures here of my sister, Blair Lavoie, who is a Diamond Ambassador of Plexus. She's the blonde that doesn't really look anything like me, but we are full-blood sisters. She was unable to be here. She was going to be the other speaker with Jenn tonight, and our mom retired in July and was being honored in another state, receiving a Legend of Her Industry award. So it meant a lot for my sister to be able to attend with her there, and we kind of divided and conquered. So I'm here with you guys tonight, and very happy to do so. My official Plexus story begins in October of 2013. If I could go back in time, it would start about 5 months earlier when we first heard about Plexus from an old friend of mine named Melissa Darby. My sister and I both saw her posting on Facebook about her husband's amazing health testimony and these products called Plexus that were helping him. My sister jumped on board right away with her, got in touch with her, and believed that the products can help one of our family members. And then somebody who's always in love with a bargain said, what's the cheapest way to get it? Okay, let me sign up as an ambassador then. I saw this happening, and I was excited for Melissa. I was excited for my sister Blair. I saw weight loss, I saw diabetics being helped, and I saw sales. And I didn't see where I would fit in that picture. I am a more introverted sister. Sales terrifies me, and thank goodness my assumption about Plexus being a sales industry was wrong. We're about sharing health products with people who are looking for answers to their health issues. And so 5 months went by with me dragging my feet and not getting the full picture. Meanwhile, several years back, my youngest son started showing signs as an infant of many gut-related issues. And I learned a lot about probiotics and digestive enzymes and avoiding artificial sweeteners and the importance of cutting out overly processed foods from your diet. And these were topics I was posting about on Facebook. And my sister kept saying, Brooke, you need to look at Plexus closer. I promise you, it has so much more to offer than what you think. And I'm so glad that she continued to encourage me about that. And she continued to encourage me that I could actually be successful at this as well. I had been a stay-at-home mom for 7 years at that point. That's a long time to not feel like you are contributing financially or doing enough for your family. To watch my husband, who had a great job, carry that financial burden alone. I had a lot of self-inflicted guilt about that. He never once asked me to get a job. But I was faced with my youngest son soon to be entering elementary school, and I thought it would be really great to find something that could supplement our income just a little bit. If I could provide or help provide and maybe cover a couple of bills a month, I would feel a sense of accomplishment. Because when you've been wiping noses and hindies for 7 years, your self-worth takes a hit. And I didn't realize how true that was until I started with Plexus. Now, I told you we had a healthy lifestyle, and I was posting all these wonderful things about being healthy, but I had a big sweet tooth secret. I was sneaking peanut butter and chocolate chips at all hours of the day and extra Dr. Peppers to get me through the afternoon. I was lucky that it didn't necessarily show a lot on the outside, but I knew the truth, and I missed feeling healthy and feeling strong, and I was hopeful that this Plexus thing would help that sweet tooth, and it definitely did. Over the first couple of months, it was the holidays. I actually lost a couple of inches around my waist and a few pounds. My sweet tooth cravings were under control for the first time in years, and I was shocked. I hadn't really tried that hard at making the changes, but they were coming along naturally, and that was exciting. I was sharing with people because I believed that there was something to these products, and I saw it happening for friends and family members. I had customers who started to see success with their health journey, and it felt amazing to know that I was a part of that. I had a chance to become a leader again. I started growing a team. I have experienced amazing personal growth through this opportunity. It's one of my favorite unexpected blessings from this company. And to sit here 2 years later as a Sapphire Ambassador, I can tell you I'm not just covering a couple of bills a month. I am matching my husband's salary this year. I've earned a Plexus Lexus, a free yearly trip to Hawaii with my husband, and let me tell you, one of the most incredible financial blessings is being able to spoil my husband a little bit when he has worked so hard for our family. To be able to buy him a gift that he didn't pay for meant the world to me the first time that I could do that. So we weren't struggling, but I'm a stay-at-home mom now for 9 years, and I get to do this on the side, be home with my boys. I don't know another opportunity that I could have the freedom to stay home with my boys and do this and have this sort of outcome. Not only just financial for our family. I can tell you that this has far surpassed any goal I had set for myself. I will be a diamond, but it's not because I am racing to be to the top. It's because I've committed myself to my team who have financial goals. I have people under me who have a dream to become a stay-at-home parent or to get rid of that second job to make ends meet. And by helping them achieve their goals, I'm also blessed. So I've been able to give and give abundantly this holiday season, more than we've ever been able to do before, and it feels amazing. So my sister is a huge reason that I'm standing here as a Sapphire. Without her encouragement and her belief in me and telling me that I could do this, I never would have clicked that join Plexus. But I'm so glad that she stayed on me and didn't give up on me. So that is kind of my story about Plexus. I'm going to get into, let's see, I guess I move forward. Oh, that's my son. That's one of my boys. He loves his X Factor chewable vitamins. That's what he's holding right there. And some of my teammates and my sister. And that's the Hawaii trip. I wrote that in the sand and took a picture for my team. Okay, so we know we have many people in here who already love the Plexus product. So I want to take a little poll here. If you could raise your hand, if you have lost weight with the help of Plexus products, raise your hand for me. Everybody look around, that's awesome. Amazing, okay. And who has been able to decrease their medications with the help of Plexus? This one always gets me, amazing, fantastic. Who has stopped drinking soda? No longer a slave to Dr. Pepper, hooray! I know a lot of you have Diet Coke habits, right? Who has more energy? Yes. And who has improved their health? Awesome. So, there's no question our products work, right? Well, there's also no question that our country is unhealthy as a whole. You can go to any airport, shopping mall, amusement park, any place where there's good people watching, and you can see that people need our Plexus products. You can see it in their sluggish, fatigue, in their wolfing down the burger at the red light. You see it. It's the way our country is right now. Now, if you look at a lot of these common issues, there's a common thread. We like to refer to them as the magic three, and they are blood sugar, gut health, and inflammation. Many of the complaints that you have, if you do a little digging, you'll see this common thread. You'll see that they are related to one or more of these particular items. This is our awesome product line. We have 15 amazing health products, and you'll see the more that we talk about these, that this is truly a health and wellness company. And many of these products address issues related to those magic three. So when you learn more about that, you see why it is that our products are so effective. I'm not going to go into detail about all 15 products, don't worry, but I am going to give you some great information about a handful of them. And I think that's going to help you see how unique our products are and how relevant they are in the world that we live in today. Okay, and I'm going to move on by introducing our next jewel here. This is Audrey Parker. She's an Emerald Ambassador, and I really loved getting to know her over the last several months. So I'm going to hand it over to Audrey.
Hi. There's a lot more people in here than when I sat down, so I'm a little nervous now. My story, about 10 years ago, I found myself suddenly divorced and trying to meet my financial responsibilities on a single income, and I had too much month left at the end of my paycheck. You know how that works, right? And the unexpected expenses were just eating my lunch. If I had to take my dog to the vet or change a tire on my car, it would send me into financial DEFCON 5. And it would be months before I could recuperate from those unexpected expenses. Also during that time, I was diagnosed with severe clinical depression, and I was put on medication. My doctor told me, you're going to have to take this the rest of your life. This is not a therapy thing that you're going to be able to work through. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was overwhelmed with all aspects of my life. My job required 50% travel. I was working about 55 hours a week. My financial situation was overwhelming. My emotional state was overwhelming. My relationships with my friends and family were overwhelming. And hobbies and interests were no longer on the radar. I was done with that. I kind of went into survival mode. And for me, survival at the time was get out of bed, show up for work, and don't screw it up. That was it. I stopped answering the phone. I stopped going to family events. I stopped hanging out with my friends. And they all got pushed to the back burner. So that describes about a decade of my life. Now, about 3 years ago, this little lady here, Jenn, she started posting on Facebook about Plexus. I'm going to be honest. I was rolling my eyes. My knee-jerk reaction was, I'm not selling that stuff. Isn't that funny? I skipped over, what is it? Should I try it? And I went straight to, I'm not selling it. You think God had a different plan for me? Probably. I was already wrestling him. But I wrestled him for about a year. I watched her and Celeste post about Plexus for a year before I decided to try it. And this was the thing that shifted my mind. One of them posted about Plexus Slim, that it's natural plant-based ingredients that can help regulate blood sugar. So they had my attention because I struggled with low blood sugar my entire adult life, from uncontrollable rage to passing out at work and scaring my coworkers. And so that's when I decided to pull the trigger. I'm going to try it. And I remember the day I tried Plexus Slim. I remember what I was wearing, where I was going, what the weather was like. I remember it like it was yesterday, because that's how significant it was. I could tell a difference within minutes, my blood sugar regulating. And I told my sister a few days later, I said, I don't care if I lose 1 pound. I'm going to find a way to buy this product. I'm not going to sell it, but I'm going to find a way to buy it. And so I'm going to have me at hello. So I was a very happy customer from the very beginning. So about 3 months in, Celeste sends me one of those little customer service emails. How's it going? Don't you love it? Isn't it fantastic? Do you have any questions? And yeah, she is. And she didn't ask me to join her team. And frankly, if she said, hey, join my team, I would have said no, and that would have been the end of the story. But she didn't say that. What she said to me was, listen, people are going to start noticing a difference about how you look and how you feel, and they're going to ask questions. And when they do, send them to me. I would love to share this product with your friends and family. And in those few sentences, she shifted my mind from, I'm not selling that stuff, to, well, if they're going to be asking, why can't I sell it? So 15 days later, as soon as I got a paycheck, I signed up, and I've never looked back. It's been a great experience. I celebrated my 2nd year anniversary with Plexus this summer, and in 2 years I've lost 26 pounds. I've never felt better. I've learned a lot about gut health and its relationship to depression. My psychiatrist that I work with also believes that there is a relationship between gut health and depression. And under his strict supervision, I've been able to slowly step down off of those medications. And as of October of this year, I've been prescription-free for 1 year. So that's probably the most significant blessing, and certainly unexpected. It's as if a mountain has been moved out of my path. And
hallelujah.
Pretty special. Also this year, I got to trade in my 1999 Honda Accord for a brand new Lexus. Hallelujah, right? I got to go to Maui with my sister and my best friend. I got to retire from my full-time corporate position of 13 years. And one of my favorite things is I get to do with this with my friends and family. And it's allowed me to restore some of those relationships that I damaged so badly all those years ago.
And make no mistake, I give God the glory. God restored my health, my financial situation, and my relationships. He just happened to use Plexus as the vehicle to make it happen. And I tell you, when he gives you a gift like that, you want to spend your life sharing that gift. And that's what I intend to do. Thank you.
I love Audrey's story so much. Thank you for sharing. Okay, I said we were going to talk about a handful of the products, so we're going to start with our most popular combo. This is our triplex combo. I think the reason it is so popular is because so many people who are on these products see results. And since we are relationship marketing, we are word of mouth. This is how we tell people about our products. When something is working for someone, the people in their life are saying, well, what's working for you? What are you taking? So I think that's why this one has really snowballed. The triplex consists of 3 products: Plexus Slim, which is our core product, and the ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. Now, these help stabilize blood sugar, improve the gut health, and reduce inflammation. Those were the magic 3 that we talked about. And again, since they are a common thread of so many health complaints that people have, that's why these products are really making a difference for so many people. Now, the Plexus Slim is the pink drink. Many of you have sampled it here today. It does help regulate the blood sugar. It also can help cholesterol and lipid levels. There's also ingredients in there that help other things as well. The color, for instance, that is not an artificial dye. That comes from beetroot. There's also no artificial sweeteners included. So this is a great health product. The ProBio 5 and BioCleanse, I often refer to them as the Wonder Twins because they work very well together in addressing gut health and detoxification for your body. I told you before, I've learned a lot about probiotics over the years, and I can tell you that the ProBio 5 has been by far the most effective probiotic we've ever tried. Our doctor used to tell us to buy separate digestive enzymes to make our probiotics more effective. Ours already has the enzymes included. The proof is in the pudding, so to speak, with ProBio 5, and everyone loves this product who tries it. The BioCleanse is not really what comes to mind when you hear the word cleanse. It is gentle and safe enough to use on a daily basis. There's many of us here who use it regularly and have seen wonderful results. The reason I feel like these work so well together for detoxifying your body, I like to kind of describe that the ProBio 5 is really breaking down and pulling out the toxins in your body, and the BioCleanse is helping actually eliminate them. So it's a wonderful thing. The BioCleanse also oxygenates and energizes your body, helps with collagen production. There's many, many health benefits to these products. So these products and working together as a system show great results for many, many people. Mega X is a very exciting product. This has been our newest addition to our product line, and it's really great for many reasons. It is the complete omega supplement. Many people know about omega-3s. They hear about fish oils and the importance of incorporating those as a supplement to your diet. It's great to have a product that supports heart health and brain health. And it's wonderful that ours incorporates omegas 3, 6, 9, 5, and 7. This truly is a wonderful, complete omega supplement. One of the great things that I love also about it is that this is not a fish oil-based product. Again, with my son's young issues, his pediatrician told me he needed to be on fish oil as an infant and said, try the strawberry flavored one. It'll be great. You put in applesauce and he can't even tell. It smelled horrible. He wouldn't go near it. I mean, you can't cover fish smell with strawberries. It doesn't work. So a lot of people like the benefits of omegas, but they don't enjoy the smell or taste of the supplements that are available. Ours is completely vegetarian, plant-based from an ahi flower. It's just a wonderful product that makes it easy to incorporate because it's not something that's going to sit on your shelf because you don't like the smell or taste or it's hard to do. I keep mine on my nightstand with my ProBio 5 so I never forget, and I have amazing sleep with those two. Okay, the X Factor vitamins. These are another favorite product of mine. Our X Factor capsule in the green bottle you see there. It has a wonderful antioxidant blend. It also has aloe. The importance of aloe for your body's ability to absorb nutrients and vitamins is crucial. This is not a multivitamin that you take and end up eliminating all the good stuff in the bathroom. This is one that you can feel the difference. I've been on multivitamins most of my life, and I've never taken one and noticed a change. There are so many people who report they can feel the difference. Energy level, stronger and faster growing nails and hair, even eyelashes. It's kind of crazy the things that some people notice that the X Factor seems to be helping with. And I believe that's because your body is able to absorb those nutrients, and it's showing. The X Factor chewable vitamin is really fantastic. This has the same antioxidant blend that the capsule has, but one of my favorite things about it is that it does not have artificial sweeteners or artificial dyes. That was a product that was hard for me to find when I was looking at the health food store. I didn't want kind of the name brand vitamins that I knew had artificial sweeteners in them. And I found one that didn't have an artificial sweetener, but then it turns out it still has artificial dyes. Well, X Factor chewables, my boys love the sour grape taste, and they never miss a day of it either. So I just love the options that Plexus provides for us. Okay, I'm going to bring up a few people here. We have Anne and Cheryl and Sandy and Kate, and they're going to give they're going to give a very brief summary of the different ways that Plexus has helped them. And I believe Anne is going to go first. Anne Reese.
So my journey is not very typical. August the 5th of 2013, I was sitting there at my computer completing the dreaded expense reports. I had been with a pharmaceutical company, the same one of the, I guess it's the largest pharmaceutical company in the world for 24 years at that point. And I hated these expense reports. So I'm sitting there doing that. This friend of mine calls me. She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm doing my expense report." She said, "Okay, great, get out of that. Type in this website." I said, "Okay, what am I doing?" She goes, "Don't ask me any questions, Ian, type in the website." Okay, now click join. Now go in there, and you're probably going to want that welcome pack D, because you and David are going to want to do this together. My sweet hubby back there. So, you want that $199, $95, whatever, and then go down to the bottom, click accept, and okay, now let's fill out all this stuff. And at the end, I said, "What did I just do?" She goes, "Well, you just joined Plexus. We're going to get rich, we're going to get skinny, and we're going to Maui." And I said, "Sign me up." I did sign up. So there I was, and had never seen a post about it, didn't know what it was, didn't have a clue. So y'all can share that story with those folks that you can't get them to make a decision. That's how I started. And of course I got the package in and ordered it set on the bar because I had no information. And then about the 1st of September, I thought, "Oh my God, they're gonna send me some more. I better get started." And just real quickly, at that time, I'm almost 55 now, and at that time I had already, been through the big change and all that good stuff. And so I was just a slug. Does that make sense? Could barely get through my day, and my poor husband, we had just gotten married a few years before, and I would literally, I don't care what time of day I got home, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, I was covering half the state of Texas, I would go straight to sleep. And I would sleep till the next morning, so he was like, "Wow, she's boring." But I will tell you, so I suffered from a lot of the things that a lot of middle-aged women have. No energy, could not sleep. I was on very high doses of sleep medication. It was not giving me a restorative sleep. I was taking antidepressant and anxiolytic meds because I had dealt with depression and anxiety since I was a very young child, and but I had not been treated until later in my life. So basically, let's just fast forward a couple of years. I lost 26 pounds of fat. I've kept that off. For anybody that has done everything in the world to lose weight, that's like a huge blessing. Within 3 months, I was off all my medications. I was sleeping like a baby. I think I sleep better than a baby. But anyway, it's a restorative sleep. And if you don't understand that your body needs sleep, you really need to look into that, because your body is not going to get well unless you are sleeping. Okay, so then, I was just doing this little Plexus thing, and of course I was the salesperson, right? So I thought, okay, well, I can do this. I'm going to sign up 10 people this month. And I did. That was October of 2013. But then, I don't know, somebody ratted me out to my company, even though I wasn't telling my doctors, I wasn't telling my nurses, nothing like that. So I got hauled in by the Gestapo. Yeah. And so they said, you can't do this. This is a conflict of interest. And I said, how is that? Anyway, long story short, I made the choice and the decision with my husband's support because I believed in myself, I believed in these products, and I had a husband that believed in me. And I quit my $200,000 a year job, 2 years shy of full retirement. I went out and bought a little car. I hadn't bought a car in 25 years. Because I always had a free car, right? And I had the Cadillac of the Cadillac insurance where, I'm just telling y'all, there's insurance out there that's insane. Benefits. And so here I am, a senior Ruby, kind of knocking on the door of Emerald, and I'm pretty excited. Okay. So, my health is great. So 1 year after I started, I always go to the doctor in November, and they did all my blood work and everything, and they're like, what are you doing? I'm here with you. What do you mean, what am I doing? And no, all of my, my cholesterol that had been creeping up, my blood pressure that had been creeping up, all perfect. Basically, all my labs, he said, were that of a healthy 20-some-odd-year-old, which is pretty good for a 50-something-year-old lady. Anyway, that's my story.
Stories. My name is Cheryl Locklear. And just to give you a little background, I'm a retired elementary principal, loved my job. When I retired, I thought there is no way I'm ever going to do anything related to work. If I'm giving up this job that I love, I'm not going to trade it in for something else. So I retired, we traveled with my husband, he was retired as well, and just loving life, but probably put on a few pounds from loving life. And so a friend of mine, or more of an acquaintance really, was posting on Facebook over and over, and I would just scroll by. I thought, oh, good Lord, have mercy. What is wrong with this woman? And I've turned into her now. But anyway, I just kept ignoring it. And then finally I thought, well, maybe there's something to it. And I could afford to lose a few pounds. My husband could too. So I ordered from her. And within just a week or so, I thought there's something to this. And keep in mind, all I was going for was to lose a few pounds. And then I thought, well, if we're going to really do this for a few months, I might as well sign up and get it wholesale. And then the more I learned, I realized there are so many health benefits that outweigh the weight loss. My mother was diabetic. I lost her to diabetes at 71. And I wish that I'd had it then for her. I've watched my blood sugar go up over the years, and it was creeping up. I don't know if you're familiar with A1C test, but that's a 3-month snapshot of your blood sugar. And mine was at 6.4 when I started Plexus, which is like almost there to diabetes type 2. So anyway, I went back 4 months later, but it was 3 months really, because it was January to April, and I guess that's 4 months. Anyway, it was 5.7, so it had dropped considerably. The other thing that I was totally unaware of was how much it was going to help me in another area of my life. I was diagnosed with breast cancer 3 years ago, and total shock because I thought, I couldn't possibly have breast cancer, but I did. It was stage 1, grade 1, so they caught it early, which was phenomenal. I did go through radiation, and I'm on a medicine that I'll be on for 5 years, so I'm into that 3 years. Well, after the first year, I gained 10 pounds. I had chronic knee pain that I couldn't figure out why. My hair was not growing back, and I've always had tons of hair, and I've lost it regularly, but it always came back in. Well, it wasn't coming in around my hairline, and I kept complaining to my husband, and he said, don't worry, we'll buy you a wig. I'm like, I don't want to wear a wig. So I started the X Factor vitamin after I'd been on the Slim and the Accelerator for about a month. And after about 3 months on the X Factor vitamin, my hair started coming back in. So I go back to see my doctor, my oncologist, after 6 months of being on Plexus. And he's just like, well, how are you feeling? I said, I feel fabulous. And he just looks at me and he's like, really? And I said, I feel great. He said, well, what about that knee pain? I said, my knee pain's gone. My hair's coming back in. I have so much energy. And he was like, what are you doing? And I told him, and he said, I need to share that with some of the other patients because they're dropping out of the program because they don't want to deal with the pain and the hair loss and the weight gain that comes from the medicine that you're on. So Plexus has blessed me beyond measure. And if any of you are thinking, well, I don't really need Plexus, let me tell you, you do. Everybody out there needs Plexus, and if you're even considering getting it wholesale, which is like what I did, do it, and don't wait to share. Don't you dare say, well, I have to have my own story. Don't you dare say, I have to lose 20 pounds. There are people out there praying for an answer. And if you are so incredibly selfish that you can't get beyond your own self to share, then you should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm just speaking from my heart because people need Plexus. And I'll be back. You just
Hi, I'm Kate Bryan, and I started my journey with Plexus in December of 2014. I started Plexus because I was looking for weight loss. I had had 4 babies in a span of 5 years, so I gained a ton of baby weight. And so I had really looking forward to losing the weight. About 2 months in to Plexus, the things that I had seen were the sleep. I was getting an amazing amount of sleep, and with my little ones, I wasn't sleeping at all. So the first night I actually slept through the whole night. I woke up kind of in a panic, like, is everyone still alive? Did I miss anything? Because I was used to getting up so much. So anyway, I was sleeping better. My cravings were gone, my sugar cravings. I had a huge Dr. Pepper addiction. I would drink at least 6 Dr. Peppers a day, thinking the caffeine would keep me going. Didn't really know what that was doing to my body. So the Dr. Pepper was my first indication that Plexus was working for me. I had no need for the Dr. Peppers anymore. I was not craving soda. I didn't want soda, and it actually kind of grossed me out to think about drinking soda. So that's when I knew something was actually happening. But in month 3 to 4, I added the probiotic and BioCleanse, which is what completely changed my life. I have dealt, this is going to be a little TMI, I'm going to try to keep it, but I've dealt with IBS my whole life, which is irritable bowel syndrome. And my teenage years to my pregnancy years were the worst, and that's when it was at its peak. Its onset, any IBS is onset by stress, alcohol, food intake, and hormones. And so the hormones, being from my teenage to pregnancy, was when it was super high. I had been hospitalized at least a dozen times for pain, for, sorry, I'm up here, I'm so nervous. Anyway, for pain, for, I would have, we used to call them episodes, because I didn't really have a name for it, but I would end up at the hospital anyways. I've been to GI specialists, I've been to OB, my regular doctor. I was pretty much trying to find anything that was going on that I could fix what was going on with my body. My gut was just not right. So when I started these 2 products, the probiotic and the BioCleanse, my gut finally got to where it was supposed to be. When my body reconfigured with the Slim, the probiotic, and BioCleanse, it changed everything for me. I also lost a ton of weight. I lost about 30 pounds and about 22 inches all over my body. Which was what I was looking for, so I was pleased with that. But I say now, if I could put all the weight back on and still live with none of the IBS issues that I had, I would do it in a heartbeat. It was very inconvenient to live that kind of lifestyle, to be close to a bathroom every 5 seconds, and then sometimes I go a week without being able to use the restroom. So being regular, this is really embarrassing talking about all these people, but being regular and having no episodes, no issues, no stomach pain, none of that for 2 years now. I mean, that's a really big deal. So that's kind of my story, and I'm still on my journey. I am a gold ambassador, and I tend to get there with all these ladies. So but it's definitely changed my life.
Well, before I begin my testimony, I just want to tell you to look at the person to your left, and then look at the person behind you, and look at the person to your right. Since I have been associated with Plexus, I have met the most incredible people. Quality people, and people that are so caring that they want to help others. And so I just really want you to know that people like Ann Reese, who I did not know a year and a half ago, is one of my favorite people on the planet. And you have so much to look forward to in the people you will meet in Plexus. About 8 years ago, I got really, really sick. And I was teaching children's literature at Texas Tech University. Are there any Red Raiders in here? Woo! So I had taught at Tech for 17 years and loved it. It was like my hobby, and I just had a ball with all my students, and they were all going to be elementary teachers, and so it was my passion and my love. But I got so sick that I went all over the United States trying to find help for my different issues, and it actually was, I finally had to quit my job at Tech because I could not hold my head up. And so I found myself in bed and basically bedridden for about 7 years. And since I'm the goo-goo of Plexus, that's what my granddaughters call me. So since I'm a grandmother, I have a few little cheat notes here. Anyway, my body was riddled by autoimmune diseases, lupus, Sjogren's, rheumatoid arthritis, lichen and about 4 other skin diseases. And I slept 12 and 15 hours a day, and I literally did not have enough energy to hold my head up. So I went all over the country trying to find help because I had a lot of scarring from lichen planus. And once you have that scarring, it affects you permanently. So due to just that one autoimmune disease, I always had all this gorgeous hair, like so many of you have, and it scarred my scalp to the point that I now have very little hair left. So the good news is when I go to the beauty shop, I only have to get my 3 hairs trimmed. And so it's really saved me a lot of money because I was one of those that went like 2 times a week. But I had no hair, Sjogren's disease, and lichen planus. I had a lot of scarring as well as the inability. I have this scarring that's vertically this way in my mouth, and so I'm unable to open my mouth at about 1 inch. Which really makes it hard to eat. And it also makes it very hard to do dental hygiene. And then couple that with Sjogren's, which as I came to find out, Sjogren's dries up a lot of the fluids in your body, and very much so in your mouth. And so when you don't have saliva, you have no taste. And so, it's like I could eat cardboard or I could eat a cookie. It really didn't matter to me. But the weight loss part of it was a good thing. That was not bad. But when you don't have saliva, your teeth rot. And I did not know that. Every time you swallow, everybody take a big swallow, you are washing bacteria off of your teeth. Who knew? And so, consequently, all my teeth basically rotted. So, out of the process of trying to get all these new different types of teeth and, things like that, which hasn't been exactly all that much fun. And then the Sjogren's has also scarred my inner ear. and so I lost my hearing. So I have my brand new high-tech hearing aids that work with my iPad. So I knew when I turned about 55, approaching 60. I looked around and said, when did my wild oats turn into shredded wheat? So that was, a big adjustment. But this was a little bit more than even I could take to lose your hair, lose your teeth, lose your hearing, and basically lose your quality of life. So I had chronic fatigue. I took high-powered drugs, including chemotherapy. I took hydroxychloroquine, which is also known as Plaquenil, which is anti-malaria medicine. So you can imagine how good it is for your body. So I really had constant pain and a hopelessness, which all became my daily companions. I truly grieved the loss of the life I had lived and the person I had been. Despair and depression haunted my thoughts and diminished the joyfulness I had always sought and found, despite all the challenges that life had brought to me. Finally, one of my Texas Tech students, whom I had been seeing post all those posts on Facebook like we see, she finally convinced me to try Plexus, and I began taking the supplements in September, and within 3 months, I was amazed at the improvement in my health. No longer do I go, when I went to see my dermatologist, I had 6 autoimmune diseases of the skin alone. And I went to see her, and she was like, her mouth fell open, and she was like, I never thought I'd see the day you would walk in here and I would say to you, you do not have a single autoimmune skin disease. I have had so many, she actually had me go out to Tech Med School so all the dermatology students could see me because I had one of everything that they were studying. I also had seen a rheumatologist, interestingly enough, here in Grapevine, so I've come to love her and go see her. I no longer have to see my rheumatologist because I'm off of chemotherapy, I'm off of Plaquenil or hydroxychloroquine, so I don't have that stuff going into my body, so I don't need anyone to monitor it through my blood work. So absolutely, I'm marked off doctors and marked off medications, and I'm just so grateful for that, and to know that I also had damage to my lungs due to Sjogren's, and so I have basically COPD, and I had gone into intensive care and almost died about a year ago this June, and because of my lungs had collapsed, and I was very, very sick. And I made it through that, and after being on Plexus for a while, went back to the doctor who had taken care of me in intensive care, and he said my lungs look better than since he had known me. So I'm so thankful because Plexus has truly given me my life back. I recognize myself, and I'm able to be the person God created me to be. I think this is the person He planned on. My passion in life has always been to help others, and now I can be so passionate about sharing Plexus and helping others and making fabulous new friends. So, could we all say, go Plexus? Go Plexus!
Thank you all so much. Hearing these stories, I tell you, I'm inspired all the time, not only from the leadership from the top of our company to teammates to sideline friends. I've never met Sandy before tonight, but I had heard that her story was amazing. I'm lucky to have Cheryl on my team. She's a huge blessing to my team. These people are incredible friends, and they have amazing stories. I'm also so grateful and inspired by the customers who trust us with these issues that they're dealing with, and we are able to coach them through it and finding real answers. So I'm just so grateful about that. I'm going to tell you about one last piece of our products line, and then we're going to get into some door prizes. So this is our Ease line of products. We have the Ease Cream, the Ease Capsules, and then also a nerve capsule as well. And these are a great option for so many people. There are many people who use over-the-counter painkillers, pain relievers, and really overuse them. And over time, that kind of abuse can really make a negative impact on their liver, on their gut, and things like that. This is a great option that is kind of nature's answer to inflammation. Remember, we talked about that one with the Magic 3. We have the New Zealand green-lipped mussel, we have turmeric. Those are all natural anti-inflammatories, and that's why these are working. So we have a topical cream, and we also have capsules that are similar to what you would use for an over-the-counter pain reliever. And our nerve product is really amazing. It actually helps regenerate damaged nerves. So people who experience tingling sensations, or they have nerve damage due to either an illness or an injury, they can really see a difference with our nerve products. So we have incredible products. You can see this is truly health and wellness. This is not about meal replacements. This is not about dieting. This is not fads. This is an amazing health and wellness company. So I'm going to bring up Angie and Tina, and they're going to do some prize giveaways for us. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so Tina drew a ticket, the red ones. This is 1722320. Who has that ticket? I do. If there are any other guests here that didn't get to fill out their ticket, come up here so you can get a ticket.
No way. That reduces my odds.
If there are any other guests, y'all come up because we want to give you a ticket so that we can draw.